Hernando de Soto. First Florida man, first Florida man was Hernando de Soto.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm so glad you could join me today. I would like to welcome my guest, Florida Jim. Welcome, Florida Jim. How are
Oh,
you? There he is.
sorry.
You're allowed to smoke on air. That's fine.
Okay. Well,
So,
I just got off of a Harley Davidson after 6 hours, so I got to relax. Excuse me a little bit.
you're going to give my husband ideas. Stop it.
Well, you know what? Put his face in front of me. I'll give him ideas.
Nope. I'm
There's
sure he's.
nothing like riding a motorcycle.
No, don't give him any ideas at
Yeah.
all.
Tell him to get a big old Harley Davidson like I have.
So, the reason I have you on is you're kind of an expert on training canines.
I wouldn't call myself an expert. I would
More
say that I have a very good working knowledge of dogs.
Yeah, more so than the average Joe walking down the street. Let's put it that way.
Yes, like I was saying when you first came on and we were talking, I heard the word plots.
Yes, that's their command.
And it's funny because instantly I know what you were telling the dog. I know you were telling the dog to lay down, get down, stay there, don't move.
And as you can see, Zena's following my orders very well right now.
Yes. Well, we just like I said, we just came back and our dogs are crate trained.
Yeah.
And so they were in the crate, but the 6 hours they were in the crate, I take them outside and I wear them out prior.
Mm-hmm.
So they can sleep for pass the time a lot faster for them. But we came home, they're fine. They are cool. They're fine. I'll show you my dogs here real quick here.
Yes,
that's Luna. Luna, come here. This is Luna, my Rottweiler.
There they are. They're in the thumbnail.
Harley. This is Harley, my German Shepherd. She's what they call a cream shepherd because of the face. See how she doesn't have a standard shepherd face?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have the coloring here, the dark around the mouth. So they call those blonde shepherds or cream shepherds. Both of these dogs were rescued from very bad houses.
I love that you rescue dogs too.
And I normally don't.
Shame on you then.
This is my third Rottweiler that I've had. This is my second shepherd. Okay. My first shepherd, let me show you my first shepherd here. My first shepherd was that little pup right there.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that was my late wife's seeing eye dog. And let me show you some more pictures of her. And this is my second Rottweiler. No, that's my first Rottweiler, Bandy. Mm-hmm. That's my wife's dog, Bobby. And there she is in full regale of her seeing eye dog, along with my late wife. What was nice about the seeing eye dog thing is I actually got to travel up to Rochester, Michigan, where seeing eye dog for the blind is at.
Oh, nice.
And I got to actually train. Now, that's where I've incorporated some of my style of dog training with my dogs. Most people, when their dog has to go to that bathroom, they say potty, whatever. In our house, it's park time, P-A-R-K time.
Yeah.
And that is what K9 handlers, if they really train their dogs right, that's the wording that they use for park time means let's go outside. No, we're not going outside. I said it, and they just have. Yeah. They also have a little button that they can push with their paw.
Yeah.
That says park time in my voice.
Oh, nice.
So they can let me know if they want to go outside. But the thing about leader dog was they're very particular about their terminology that they use and how the dogs are going to be treated and how, when you have, when you're the seeing partner of a blind individual and they get a dog, you go through just as much of a background check as the blind individual.
Oh, because they want to just make sure everybody in the house is safe.
Right.
That's good. We have a 6-month membership, so I'm going to give my dog some treats because that's what we do here on my channel.
Okay.
Erica, thank you so much. If Ava gets in her spot, get in your spot.
Erica did it? Oh, Erica's cool. I like her.
Erica's the best.
I know she is. Unfortunately, she lives all the way up in Michigan.
Yes. Yeah. So we're going to give them the little mini dog biscuits. I give them the mini ones. So if you guys want to donate more, they're not going to get fat, I promise. One for you. Zena, gonna wake up for this?
Of course, we wake up for that.
She didn't even lift her head.
Oh, that's nothing. My dog, we buy our dogs cow bone
Mm-hmm.
for the marrow. And my Roddy was so lazy, she will lay completely flat on her side with the bone right in front of her and just sticking her tongue in it. Just
Yeah.
lay there for hours. She's amazingly lazy.
So I have some canine videos ready to show
Okay.
you. And you were telling me that you're one of these is my favorite canine ever, which is Shep. And you said you
Shep,
live right near there.
yes.
I would have
Pasco
gone.
County Sheriff's Office dog,
I
Shep.
would have been just
Greatest.
hanging out on the streets hoping to meet Shep.
I've actually seen Shep several times.
Yeah.
Well, when you're down here, when you're in Pasco County, the cops down here, Pasco County Sheriffs, they're probably some of the coolest cops ever.
Yeah.
You can walk up to them and start talking to them and they'll, hey, how's it going? Whatnot. I mean, there's some cops, like when I was lived in Chicago, if you walked up to a Chicago cop and said, he'd be like, what's your problem? Get out of here, you know?
Yeah. Trust me, I know. I'm also from Chicago.
Oh, okay. And then you're familiar with Lake County?
Yes. Yeah, I actually worked one time in Lake. I'm from Chicago, but I worked right on Lake Cook Road at one point. So
some of the other interesting things that I was able to do is when I dated an individual who worked for the sheriff's office, and she was friends with the K9 officer. So whenever we get around, I would automatically gravitate towards the dog and the training and listen to them and all that, you know.
Yeah.
And then she got me into go seeing the Chicago K9 training facility, which, oh man, that is a killer! Just unbelievable the things that they can do with with these dogs. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, I was telling you right before we went live. You were saying how your dogs know if you say park time, that's time to go outside, and it's just came down from that training. Yes. Our dog that we had. We always try to have 2 dogs because we do work during the day, so I don't like them to get lonely.
That's perfect. Yes, that's what you should do all the time.
We had my husband was a dog handler, and we had his dog Fritz was retiring at the same time he was. So he was an explosive detection dog, which is why my dogs now know the commands, plots, and seeds, and like all of the German commands. And I think that'll be that way forever. But it's funny how they teach each other, because Fritz was not afraid of anything. Obviously, he was a working dog. He's not afraid of the thunderstorms, or like, if anything, 4th of July with the fireworks and stuff, he would be doing perimeter checks, like without us even asking. and it kind of when we adopted Xena in 2018, we adopted Xena while Fritz was still around. So now Xena was at first very skittish of the lightning and the fireworks and stuff, but then realized, well, Fritz isn't afraid, so I don't need to be afraid. So she's not afraid anymore. And same thing with Ava now, has learned it from Xena. So I think just having that one dog in our life is going to affect our dogs for the rest of forever, Well,
what I was taught when I was being taught how to train a dog, my instructor told me, he said, you should always train your dog in 3 forms: English, a secondary language, and hand commands.
Oh, hand commands too.
Yeah. See, at my house, if I do this to my dogs, that means stop whatever the frick you're doing right now and look at me. And it's just like another thing I love to do with people who have dogs, no matter what age dog they have. First time I walk in a room, I'll look at him and go, hey, you want to see a magic trick? No, sure. I said, I'll make your dog look at me. You won't. Then you just go, oh. And that dog will look at you. Now, if your husband is a canine trainer, he knows that. He knows out. He knows that command. Leash correction, out,
Yep.
And it's funny because that's the same trick my trainer used on us my first day in the class. There was 25 puppies. And he comes in, this guy was all crippled up, so he's in a wheelchair. He comes in there and he starts talking, and he's pretending he can't hear because the dogs are carrying on. He goes, watch this, folks, I'm a magician. And he yells out, out. And every puppy in that room turned and looked at him.
What's happening right now?
And they all stopped. Yeah. And he goes, excuse me. And he says, you're probably wondering why that happened, right? And we're like, sure. And then he explains it's just the out command.
Yeah.
Which is what mama dog does to them. She grabs them by the scruff of the neck, out, and pulls them back. And that's and I know this video. I've seen this 100 times. This is great.
I probably have a lot. Like, I pulled up some of my favorites. I did set up a Discord for people to put K9 videos in, and I pulled those, but there wasn't enough. So I pulled the my favorites highlights for
Yeah,
this
I've
as well.
seen this one. I love this one.
Yeah.
This is
Any
Fur Missile City, man.
Yes, any fur missile, I'm all in.
Oh, you
So,
ain't kidding. I love to see when they charge and they catch.
yeah, here's our first video. This is just it's a very short 16-second clip, but this is one of the
But
best
it's
takedowns
hysterical.
I think I've ever seen.
Down a
It's hysterical.
carjacking suspect in
There he
Orange
goes.
County this evening. Look at this dog races after the man
Fur
and
missile.
knocked him down in a business complex. Authorities say the man had been wanted for assaulting a police officer and had carjacked a woman during the pursuit.
I think we need to see that fur
Carjacking
missile
suspect
again.
in
Look
Orange
at this. Look
County
at
this
the
evening.
distance.
Look at this dog
Yep.
races after the
Boom.
man and knocked him
Bam.
down in a business
Perfect takedown.
complex. Authorities say the man had been wanted for assaulting a police officer and had carjacked a woman during the pursuit.
I
Police
would
dog takes
think
down a car.
I would think that if you hear the dog coming up behind you, it would make you stop. If they even said, "Hey, we're sending the dog," it would freeze me in my tracks because
You know what? I hung around with Chicago. Or I hung around with police officers for 6.5 years. I can kind of answer the question why that happens.
adrenaline, I'm assuming.
It's adrenaline, and it's the I'm smarter than everybody else here.
Yeah.
A lot of guys when they're being chased by a dog think that they can turn around and yell, "Stop! Lay down," and the dog's going to listen to them. That's
No.
where your German commands come in. That's why all canines, police canines, are trained in German, because most people don't know enough common sense to turn around and go, "Blast!" And the dog stops.
But even if I don't I mean, I think that even if you yell the German commands, they might not listen to you because
No,
you're not their
they won't.
person. I just know
Exactly.
from having Fritz in my life, I was not Fritz's person. My
Yeah.
husband, Mr. Zed, was Fritz's person, and he would listen to me. If Dave was not around, he would listen to me, but I had to get the deep voice and yell like "Aus,
Yeah.
Platz," like whatever I wanted him to do. I had
Right.
to get
Right.
that deep voice, and I would Dave would have to just say it one time in just his regular speaking voice, and he would do it. I might have to say it 2 or 3 times, but he would eventually,
Yeah, we had the same problem here with our Rottweiler, because our Rottweiler is only 8 months old.
Yeah.
And she, like I said, she came from a really bad house. She came from a guy that was kind of abusive to her, and 2 older dogs that were abusive to her. And there I am. Yeah. And when I get upset, I'll like that,
Mhm.
and that dog will drop and crawl like, "Oh geez, oh no, oh no." And of course the shepherd looks at me like, "Is that all you got? Come on, bitch, I'll take you on."
Yeah.
But my wife or my daughter can say something to these dogs, and I'll just look at them like, "Sure, whatever."
Well, I noticed it was interesting when we first got Fritz. Like I said, he went from being a working dog straight to us, and it was an interesting transition from a working dog into a house pet, basically, is what he ended up being, right? And he just did not settle into it. You would think he'd be like ready to retire and just relax, but he wanted to
Mhm.
work. Th- Dave would have me go out in the yard and set up. He had little scent pods that we would set up for him to to just play work, I guess. He would have me hide them, and then they'd go out there and find them, every weekend or every other weekend or whatever it was, just because Fritz just loved it. He loved it so much, and you could see his spirit raise. He almost was depressed at first because he
You
didn't
know,
have anything to do.
you talk about the dog not wanting to transition out of
Mhm.
the work mode.
Mhm.
Think about it from a person's point of view. You have a guy, let's say a guy like me. I drove trucks for a long time in
Yeah.
Chicago. I'm retired now.
Mhm.
There are still times when I'm going down the road and I'll see a truck and go, "Oh my God." Or I'll hear a truck coming down the road and I'll hear him screw up something, and I look at my wife and go, "Idiot, just lost out of gear there,"
Yeah.
Or I'll hear the
Yeah.
air brakes, and it brings back memories. It's the same thing for dogs. It
Yeah.
is the same thing. They're so used to doing one thing, and then all of a sudden that thing's gone. Or it's being
Absolutely.
replaced, and they don't like that. Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen this one too. This is awesome. This
All
is
right,
such
into
a
the
good
next
one.
clip. Another fur missile. I'm telling you what, if you're ever stopped by the police, I assume anybody in my audience would never break the law or do anything wrong, but you never know, you could get pulled over, they could have the wrong person. If they tell you they have a dog, just cooperate. It's not
Listen,
worth it. You know,
listen.
I had North Georgia audit on a few weeks ago, so maybe some of his people are here. Like, when they say, like, "Do whatever you want, like, audit, whatever," that's fine, I mean, it's not, but,
No.
just if they say they have a dog, just stop what you're doing.
Put your hands up and say, you win.
Yes.
You win.
Yeah. Yeah, the dog you're not gonna outrun the dog.
No. And
Here's another one.
once that dog is released, even
Mhm.
if you drop to the ground and say, I give, that dog's still biting you.
And here's the thing with them as well, they don't care about getting hurt, like, this is broken glass
Nope.
this dog is about to go through. It doesn't even enter their mind.
Real quickly, you want to know why a dog acts that way?
'Cause
I
he's
know
the
the answer to
drive,
this
he's
too.
got the
No, no,
drive.
no. The reason the dog doesn't feel as much pain when they do these weird things like go through broken glass and they might get a
Mhm.
little cut on their foot, but they don't ever yelp. It's because the dog has actually 25 to 30% less nerve endings at the skin level than we do. So
Wow.
we feel it a lot harder than a dog would. You ever notice dogs get into fights and they grab each other's neck and they'll throw each other on the ground and
Mhm.
and you think, oh my God, how does that not hurt? Because
Yeah.
they don't feel it. They don't feel it. They just
Yeah.
don't feel it. You have dogs, it's like you can't choke a dog out
Mhm.
because their throat is not like ours. Our throat is up front. Theirs runs right down the middle of their whole throat, their neck runs right down the middle. And they can't be choked out because the amount of pressure that you'd have to put on a dog's neck to choke a dog out is incredible because of the
Yeah.
way the throat is positioned. And that's what a lot of these idiots who get pulled over by the cops and have a canine on their ass, they think if they grab the dog that they're going to hurt the dog. They can
Nope.
punch the dog. You're not hurting that dog. You can
Nope.
break its bones. You can break its legs. You can knock teeth out. That dog is not stopping. It
Yeah.
is not stopping until it gets the command to stop.
Especially when you're dealing with a Malinois or a German Shepherd, which are
Oh, God.
generally Real quick, we just got a $50 super chat, which,
Oh, how
by
nice
the
of you.
way, I'm gonna cry, Waffle Salter. Thank you so much. Let me get these dogs up here to get some more treats. I think you should get your dog some treats too, personally, but you don't have to. You don't have to. I don't know what kind of diet they're on. But for
They're on
$50, my dogs are
see it and
getting a
eat it
handful.
diet. I like to feed my dogs a consistent diet.
Yeah.
And one of my diet plans that I've been following forever came right from Leader Dog in Rochester, Michigan. My wife's my late wife's seeing eye dog. My wife passed away 1 year in. No, I'll take that back. 6 months into having her dog.
Oh, no.
And now I don't know if you know this or not, but the value of those dogs at the time, and this was
Oh, I know.
20 plus years ago,
Yeah.
that dog was valued at like $15,000.
I know because they didn't just give us Fritz. We had to purchase Fritz from the government basically. And even though he was ready to retire, it was still a lot of money. Like they don't like it was
Yeah.
they
Well,
don't
I
just
was
give them
lucky.
away. Let's just put it that way.
I was lucky because I had to call Leader Dog, and I called him to inform him that 5917's owner has passed on. And they contacted me, sent me back a letter saying, okay, well, we're going to come and get the dog, and we'll retrain her, and blah, blah, blah. And the trainer came out to the house. He took her around the block, and he said, we'll get a hold of you in a couple days. A couple days later, I get in the mail a letter. You can keep her.
Wow.
We don't want her back. So I called Leader Dog, and I wanted to know why, because I didn't want to get attached to this dog, and then 3 months later they go, oh, it's ours.
Yeah.
Because she was a very timid shepherd. She was so not cut out for the work she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that's when I found out the reason they didn't want her back is because she didn't pass the test when they came to look at her.
Oh no.
She would have been considered an impossible retread.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. And unfortunately, like I said, the dog was really a godsend for my wife when she was around. It was company. It was protection. It gave her some mobility. It gave her some freedom that she had lost.
Mhm.
And real quickly, I remember one of the things the dog trainer told me at Leader Dog when I said to him, I said, "Wow, these dogs are amazing how they do this." And he goes, "Remember one thing: we never ask these dogs if this is what they want to do."
Yeah.
And he says, "We train them," and he said, "We just hope that it's what they like to do." And unfortunately, a dog wants to please. That's their thing. They
Mhm.
like to please people.
Well, and
So
they'll let you know. I know Fritz, they always have a secondary job. He was an explosive detection dog, but they tried to train him for bite work for his secondary job, but he did not like that. So he was also a tracking dog. So, he just did not like, my husband has the sleeve and the little pillow and the whole thing, but he just didn't want to bite. He just didn't want to. And he's a big German shepherd, he's a 100-pound German shepherd. And but here's the thing, is somebody who was gonna come into my house doesn't know that he doesn't like to bite, which is great. You know?
well,
Here's this video with the broken glass. Let's play
okay,
this one real
yeah.
quick.
Boom. Yeah. Oh, this kid's funny to me. You flippin' idiot. Look at him. He's hugging the dog. He's trying to keep the dog from biting him.
Yep.
But look at his hand. Look, he's trying to pull the dog up. The dog's locked on. The dog's not coming off.
Absolutely.
That dog is not coming off.
Not until he gets the command, he's not.
There's no way in hell that dog is going to break loose by you holding it, you punching it, anything. The
Yeah.
only thing you can do is shoot it or stab it to get a dog stop attacking you like that.
Yes, that's not advice, by the way, don't do that.
No. No.
I will tell you what.
I will go to prison for somebody if I see him killing a dog. I swear.
Every now and again, you come across those news stories where there's a police dog or something like that that's been injured on the job. I just weep. I cry when I see those videos of them coming out of the vet and the police have lined up to welcome him back to the vet. All that. Like,
No.
For some reason, I have more sympathy and empathy for animals and kids like than adult human people.
Yeah.
That's just how my brain works. I don't know why.
Well, I knew one of the K9 officers for the county sheriffs that I was hanging out with. His dog retired. And because he was the handler, they gave him the option to adopt it, which he took.
Yeah.
And he had a new K9 dog. And these two dogs lived in the same house.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, there's a certain routine when you're a K9 officer every morning to get the dog jacked for the job.
Yeah.
You have certain commands, you have certain things. He said the problem was he had to lock the old dog in the room with his wife before he left.
Yeah.
Because the old dog would jump in front of the new dog to put the vest on.
Yeah.
And it would jump in the car when he opened the door in the garage. And he said, "How do you tell a dog that you don't have to do this anymore? You're not a working dog anymore. You can relax." And then they don't like it. They'll continue doing what they do until they drop.
Yeah, I think what my husband did with he bought just like black powder or whatever, something that smells like a bomb, and would hide it, or he would have me hide it so he didn't even know where it was. And, in the garage or around the car, and we have property around the property. Look at how cute they are. Let's make that bigger.
This is a daily occurrence. This just goes on and on and on and on.
Yep. Same in my house. Same in my house.
They'll just sit there and growl at each other for hours. Just growl. You probably hear them in the background. So
this next one, I believe, is LA. Yeah, Anaheim police. So this is another one where have you surrounded. They're telling you they're going to release the canine. You can see the canine. Why are you not surrendering, dude? Just surrender.
Arrogance.
Yeah.
I'm right, you're wrong.
And I don't think and that's a Malinois too. They
are insane.
I love Malinois when I've met them, but I don't think I could own one because it's just so much energy. Like a German Shepherd was a lot for me, and he was a retirement age German Shepherd.
I have one that's barely a year old. Trust me, I've gone rounds with this dog. This dog will drive the Pope into cussing.
There he goes, right into the window.
Look at the second dog. He's like, "Come on, let me loose."
Yep.
Oh, let me in there. Let me in there. Come on. Come on.
That dog's
see
not
that?
going to stop.
Yeah, you see that? How that dog's like, oh, you throw me out? I don't think so.
Yep.
I'm coming back in.
Like a boomerang.
And then these people always do the same thing. After they get bit by these dogs a couple hundred times, they always do this. I'm suing you for this. You can't sue them.
They gave them, they get so many warnings before they release a
Yes,
dog.
they do.
There was, well, it's not always. I can think of one video where the guy was surrendering and the cop messed up and released the dog
I
anyway.
saw that video. Yeah.
That guy could probably sue.
He did.
But
He
for the
did
most
sue.
part, he did. Yeah,
Yes,
the guy
and he
would
won.
have to. Yeah. Oh, good. He should.
That was bullshit on that cop's part.
Absolutely.
That's a police officer who secretly just wants to hurt people.
Yeah. Well, I like to think the best of people. I think maybe he just made a mistake. Who knows?
You know what? Yeah, you can make a mistake. I got that. You know what? But I watched that video over and over again. That cop deliberately did what he did.
Do you think so? Yeah, I didn't watch
He was one of them cops that didn't like the man because of whatever. He didn't like the way his nose looked that day, but he wanted to see that dog bite somebody.
Yeah, I think it was probably more to do with the color of his skin, but you never know. I
didn't
can't get
wanna go there.
inside. I cannot get inside somebody's brain.
Right.
I
I didn't want to go there that way because I didn't want people to think I'm some sort of racist asshole.
Well, I just call him like I see him.
You are. No. No. It's not what I meant.
I think Florida Jim just called me a racist guy. I'm kidding.
I
but
didn't.
I call it like I see it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm going to
Well,
continue.
I didn't know how you would have reacted because some people are real touchy with when it comes to any kind of indication of race, one way or another.
We have no rules over here.
That's like in our house. I mean, we don't care. We don't care who you are. We care how you act.
Absolutely.
You know, and if you're a dick, I'm gonna be a dick back to you, and I'm really good at it.
Same.
Just ask
I
my
mean,
wife.
I don't know if I'm good at it, but
I am.
I give people what they get. I give people what I receive. So
Yes,
I
tell people I'm just a big old sponge. Whatever I absorb, I throw right back on you. So make good stuff because otherwise you're gonna get right back.
So this is one that somebody sent in, and it's pretty long. So this first part is just them pulling up to the scene. It was a scene of a hit and run or a car accident, and the guy took off. So this guy, yeah. Just watch what happens. I think this one is fairly new too, so maybe you haven't seen it yet.
I haven't.
So they're basically warning all the neighbors, hey, we're about to release the dog, so get in your house if you're not in your house.
So please, casa, amigo. See, at this point, I'm out the door with my hands up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm not arguing with the dog. I'm out there. What do you want me to do?
No, not to mention you can see the helicopter. You got helicopters. You got a bunch of police. You got a Malamar who's now off leash. So.
Yep. And he's raring to go. He wants to bite.
Yeah, he does.
He wants to chomp.
Now, I did pre-watch this one, and I want you to notice when I think this cop might have messed up a little bit, but the guy still deserved to be not enough to sue or whatever. But when just pay attention when he tries to call his dog off, he does not give the release command before he tells the dog to plots. I don't know. I'm not a dog handler, but I'm pretty sure you have to tell him oust before he will plots.
Yes.
But just watch and you tell me. I mean, I don't know. Mr. Zed's in the chat now, so maybe he'll know.
Yeah, it's out, then plots to get him to stop. Oh, love to watch dogs work.
Hey, let go of my dog! Let go of him! Let go of him! Let go of him! Hey, let go!
You can't tell the dog plots when he's got somebody like that.
Hey, let's Lito. Stop driving off. Lots.
There you go. There, good boy.
Well, I don't know. The dog never really did plots. The dog healed.
He sat. And at that point, the cop is just trying to get the dog to be contained, to be controlled.
Yeah. So
I mean, you can't be 100% with a dog command under stressful situations.
Just so you guys know, that's not the dog's fault there. I'm pretty sure that was handler mistake, not dog mistake. So
he is probably a new handler, probably didn't have enough time under his belt, just got confused.
So this is just a different camera angle, but I want to let it play out because just watch.
Let go of my dog! Let go of him! Let go of him! Lots! Let go of him! Lots! Let go! Lots! Let go of him! Lots! Let go! Let's go!
Oh, you moron!
Yeah.
He's over!
Take the dog to the front. There you go. I remember that dog that was biting your ass? He's back.
Hold on. Don't run! Do not run! Get down on the ground! Down on the ground!
So that's basically the end of it. They end up taking him into custody, but I'm surprised that he was able to hold a Malamov with a step stool.
With a step stool.
Yeah, I'm surprised that dog did not just launch over that step stool.
Well, you know what it was? The dog was in a tight spot. Okay, that was a tight spot. The dog didn't realize it could jump over. It was kind of concerned. You can see it in the face and the way the dog is looking around at his situation. And then you got the trainer yelling at it to come back and to sit. So the dog's like, well, wait a minute. I'm really in the mood for Mexican food right now. I would really like to have a taste. But you want me to come back over here, so I'll come back over here. Maybe later we can have some soul food or maybe some more Mexican food.
Yeah. Erica, thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. And those went
Erica. Erica is the coolest.
Nightwolf, Mr. Zed, Lisa, and Screwed Up Rebellion, and Patrick. So you are all new members. When we have game night, which I'll schedule soon, I promise I'll schedule game night. But when I have game night, y'all can come and play.
What was the name, Lisa?
It was Lisa.
That's my wife's name.
Lisa Wibst. Lisa.
Oh, no, that's not her.
Yeah,
that's not her. That's not her.
So, Zena, Ava, you're not going to get any treats if you're not in your spot. You know this. Ava, get your spot. Get your spot. All right, none for you.
Come here, say hi to everybody. I want to see her. There you go.
All right.
Look over here. See? No, put your face up there.
There
say hi to everybody. You lunkhead, look at the camera. She's not even a year old yet. We got, like I said, we got her from a very questionable household.
Yeah.
Yeah, the woman was so just wanted her. We had to pay $400 to get her out of that house.
Worth it though.
Yes,
for the rest of her life.
She is a really good dog. But then again, I'm really partial to Rottweilers. Yeah. I got a really quick story about my first Rottweiler that I got back in 96, I think it was. Mm-hmm. I was a trucking supervisor for a hospital laundry facility,
Hmm.
and we had a pet store next door to us. And my late wife, says to me, she says, "Would you get me some dog or cat food for my cat?" I said, "Sure." So I get done. I walk over to the pet store, and I see this crate in the middle of the floor, and I see three Hispanic gentlemen standing at the counter, and the one is laying out $100 bills in front of the cashier. And she's looking at them. She's going, "No, no, no, no." And he's, "No, no, it's good. It's okay. It's okay." And
Yeah.
he's got like $800 on the counter. And she's
Wow.
like, "No, get out of my store. Just leave. Just get out of my store." "No, no,
Mhm.
no. Pero, pero, pero. Ah, muy mal, muy mal." And I said, "No, no, 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 no." And I looked at her and I go, "What's up?" She goes, "Oh, they're trying to buy this Rottweiler to make her a fighting dog."
Oh, heck no.
And I said, "Oh, it's too bad. I wish I had the money. I'd take her." She
Yeah.
goes, "How much do you have?" Well, the only thing I can give you is $600. She goes, "It's yours."
Yeah.
I
Good.
was like, "Oh, now I got to go home and tell my wife that I bought a dog."
One time I came home with a dog. It happens around here. Um, I went to Walmart and somebody was just at the Walmart parking lot in my little rural town in northern Georgia. And they had a pickup truck and they had puppies in the back of the pickup truck. And they were pretty cute. And they didn't want anything for them. They just wanted to have good homes for them. And then I started thinking, but here's what happened is they had this little girl with them. And this little girl, I was looking at the puppies because you can't walk past a truck full of puppies and not stop and pet a puppy,
No,
right?
no,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I was looking at the puppy and this little girl comes up to me and says, "My dad says we're going to have to take these to the pound and have them killed if we don't find homes for them." And there was like 9 puppies there. I'm like, "Well, I'm going to have to take at least one of them."
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
took a dog and I had to just explain it to Dave. I'm like, "We'll figure it out, but I'm definitely not letting him take these dogs to the pound." At least one of them. I'm saving at least one of them. you know.
Well, my wife brings home cats.
Oh,
She
that'd be a
works.
problem around here. I'm allergic to cats.
Well, I am too a little bit, but I've learned to deal with it because it makes her happy. So I'm not a cat person. I never really have been. I don't mind them. I'm not going to be mean to them. I just don't
Yeah.
like them to be in my house. But my wife runs a heating and air conditioning company locally out here,
Mhm.
and they have a ton of strays in their backyard.
Yeah.
And she feeds them because, like me, we're both suckers. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see our house. We feed 2 feral cats, 6 or 7 Muscovy ducks, 3 or 4 squirrels, all the seagulls. Of course, seagulls are just rats with wings.
Yeah.
But our front yard, we have animals in our front yard all the time because my wife went out and bought for her cats at work. She bought them a big 40-pound bag of cat food. They
Mhm.
won't eat it.
Oh, they're picky strays.
No, apparently this food is really bad. Even my Roddy won't touch it.
Oh, all right.
So we feed it to the wild animals, and they seem to like it. But my wife brought home 2 kitty cats.
Yeah.
She brought home one, a male, and he's a bastard. I don't like him. He don't like me, and we know it.
Yeah, at
And
least
then
you have an understanding.
And then she brought home my favorite of the 2 cats, which is a little girl kitty cat. We call her Allie. Now that is the sweetest little cat you've ever wanted to meet.
Yeah.
When she was just a baby, they're both total ferals, so they still have that in them.
Yeah.
And when she brought home the female, I used to sit here on the couch where I'm sitting, and I would take her and turn her upside down and put her between my legs and
Mhm.
push her down, and the little paws would come out. And
We
it's so
had a
funny because
cat. We had one cat since we've been married, and it wasn't either of our cat. It was actually Fritz's cat. We noticed, we have a doggy door, so Fritz would lay out on the back deck in the sun, and all of a sudden there was a cat lounging with him. And I'm like, well, I don't know whose cat this is, but this cat apparently doesn't have a home because it was here in our yard all the time and would just snuggle with Fritz in the backyard. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to start feeding this cat. That was a mistake. I fed the cat.
yeah,
Well, Fritz taught this cat how to use the doggy door. So then we had an inside cat. Like, yeah. just one day I came home and there's a cat in my living room. I'm like, Fritz, you have got to get your cat out of here. We had that cat for many years. We actually, and I took it to the vet just because I was thinking, well, it's a female cat and I don't want it to have kittens. So I want to make sure it's spayed. And on the paperwork, the first time I took this cat to the vet, they're like, well, what's the cat's name? And I said, well, it's not our cat. And they put not our cat down as the cat's name. So 5 years when we had this cat, its name was not our cat, like on all the official paperwork.
I knew people who had a cat named CAT.
Yeah.
Say
My-
it fast, it doesn't sound like you're spelling it.
My in-laws had a cat named Chicken at one point, and when my niece was little, preschool, kindergarten age, they had the little test where they would show the animals, and you'd have to write what animal it is, and and they had to go to the school and explain that their cat's name was Chicken. So
It's like there's a website, I forget which one it's called, but there's this one where it shows little kids' drawings and how the parents have to come to the school to explain the drawings. There's one famous one out there. It shows a woman. It looks like she's being drawn like she's on a stripper pole and men are throwing money at her. And
I've seen that.
The little girl actually explains that's her mom selling the last snow shovel to all the men who want it.
Yeah.
So, perspective does a lot for a story.
Here is the next video out of Seattle.
Okay.
Here. Take him. Take him. That's the register. K9s, my partner's got him. We're right here by the library. Sir, please. Lay on your stomach.
Please.
Don't fuck with my dog.
I had to, I usually, if there's language in a video, I try not to include it unless I have to, but I had to include this one because this is what Fritz looked like. He was a black and tan, and this reminded me so much of Fritz, except that Fritz didn't like to bite. But if Fritz did do this job, this is what he would look like doing it.
Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Wait for it. Wait for it. Good boy! Good boy! Good boy, Blind! Is that good boy? That's the only one. Good boy! You got that bad guy! Good boy! Yeah, that's my boy! Yeah, good boy!
You understand why they do that.
Yeah,
They all do that. Every cop does that good boy voice.
Okay, there's a reason because a dog registers happiness with a certain high tone.
Yeah,
Why
absolutely
women
they do.
dogs and dogs love women. That's why a dog will not be afraid of a woman when they first meet her.
Yeah.
If she's got a deeper voice, they might be a little hesitant. But if a guy walks up and, hey, how's it going, dog? The dog goes, okay, you got a deep voice, you mean trouble.
That's why if you're getting a command, if you're a woman and they're not listening to you, get a deep voice. Like just get the.
Yep.
I would have to do that with Fritz. Or even listen to me.
I said that and both mine just looked at me. What? We didn't do anything.
Let's share this next. Let's do this next one right away.
I love these people who get bit by the dog when they said, oh, please, sir, please get the dog off me, please. Shut the hell up. You idiot. You ran. You knew they had a dog. You don't get the right to cry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take it like a goddamn man or the pussy that you are and deal with it. You brought it on yourself. The dog didn't wake up that day and go, you know what, I'm going to go bite me a dumbass.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they might have had that on their agenda for the day, but they didn't know that was going to happen.
I'm sure they've got a little bit of dumbasses they got to bite every day, but
yeah. Now, this is a different kind of working dog. This is a tracking dog. So this dog ends up finding a missing 3-year-old boy, which I thought was awesome. I think Erica sent me this story in a short, and I found the actual story for it because the short didn't give enough context for me. So thank you for sending this, Erica.
502's background. Hey, Mac, are you on the phone with him? Yeah. Can you stay here?
And you can see they're giving the dog the kid's blanket to smell.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
all they
amazing.
need.
Yeah, it's amazing how but their Jacob's ladder in their nose is just incredibly complex. I mean, it's just amazing what a dog's senses can tell.
Yeah. And you'll see this dog go back and forth. Fritz used to do the same thing. The scent, when it gets the scent falling off of you, the longer it's off of you, the wider it goes. So the path will be wider, and then it gets narrower and narrower and narrower until they find you.
Well, the reason that what was I gonna say? Damn it! I talk about. Can't remember. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. When you see these police dogs chasing somebody into the woods and they can't find, they gotta track them down.
Mm-hmm.
What the dog is actually smelling for, he's smelling the fear pheromones that are coming off of you.
Yeah.
That's what they're tracking when they're running after you for police work. This is just smelling the general smells of the child, which are going to carry through the air, and he already knows where the kid's at.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, he goes right to the kid, too.
I haven't seen it before. I haven't seen this one. Although this, I think, was near you in Florida, so you may have.
Ooh. It's dangerous to have a small kid lost in Florida woods, man, because there's some weird things out in these woods.
Yeah, there is.
I can't tell you how many times I've taken my dogs out into the back wooded area where we used to live, and just people just jump out at you. Boom! Hi, how you doing? Like,
or
oh shit!
An alligator or a python.
I never took my dogs near water because I was always afraid an alligator would jump up.
You guys got some crazy stuff down there in Florida.
It's really crazy for somebody who's from Illinois.
Yeah.
But this is our last move. We're not moving out of the state. We're going to stay here. We're going to. I'll end up dying in Florida.
I think they found the kid. No.
5, 10, and 11 Central. I got him.
Oh yeah, they got him.
Correction, 5 Alpha 15. I'm sorry. Come here, buddy. Come on, I'm gonna take you home. I'm gonna take you home, okay?
If my kid was missing in the woods, I would be so happy to see a K9 show up.
Midnight found him.
Well, first off, I would probably just take my dogs out there and try to find them. And they would do it.
Hey, buddy. Is your blanket?
See, not only do you have to worry about the trash cats and everything else in the woods of Florida and alligators and all that, but just walking through these woods and stuff, you'd be surprised at the bugs that'll just jump on you.
Yeah.
Come here, brother. Midnight here. Midnight here. Midnight here. Midnight here. Good boy. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. Good boy, Bubba.
Amazing.
It is.
You're a good boy.
Yeah, mom's happy. So that was a tracking dog, and then I have this dog. Let's pull this one up. These are beagles.
Oh, God.
I know one time my mom, you know, the criminal that she is, she's probably in the chat right now, got stopped in customs because she had a half-eaten ham sandwich in her bag coming back over from overseas and had forgotten about it. And I want to say it was a beagle that busted her.
It most likely was because they prefer to use beagles for baggage because they have a better ability for scent. They work a lot better for the more minute. They can be trained for multiple scents, where some dogs can only handle 3 and 4 or 5. Yeah, they're good dogs.
Smells people's bags.
Yeah.
And if he alerts, I will talk to the passenger and find out if they have any food, what they have.
O'Hare has a sharp security team uniquely qualified to sniff out trouble. It's been around since the 80s, but continues to advance.
Let's get to K9s and get ready to meet the Beagle Brigade.
In many cases, travelers don't realize.
I don't know about you, but when I'm in an airport and I see a dog, it's very hard for me not to want to pet them. And if I saw a beagle, I would definitely want to pet it. And I know you can't pet work. I understand. Like my brain understands that, but my heart wants to pet the dog.
The items they are bringing in from overseas could be devastating to our agriculture. Other times they are trying to smuggle these products in.
What you think, Rocky?
In O'Hare's International Terminal,
Oh boy.
passengers coming into the country have to go through Rocky, a member of the Beagle Brigade.
Aha!
You may have that.
I have to take it.
Every day, U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers find unwelcome meats, fruits, and vegetables packed away in luggage and cargo.
My mom apparently was trying to smuggle an apple into Australia. It was the story. I remembered there was some story about her getting busted, but she just put in the chat. It was an apple, and it was Australia's.
Yeah, for some reason I saw that. I don't know why. I can't see the rest of it, but I saw that.
I popped it up on the screen. That's why.
Oh, okay. All right.
Fresh leaves are not allowed in.
They do it with the help of highly trained canines.
Rocky himself has found about 30 pounds worth of cowhide in one bag.
When Rocky spots something questionable, items are confiscated on the spot or sent to officers who unseal them.
Can I see your passport?
In the last 48 hours alone, customs officers at O'Hare confiscated ruminant meat, fried pork skins, leaves, yams, and bushmeat. All of it could be carrying diseases and insects that can harm our crops and damage our ecosystem.
Right now, one of the biggest diseases that's running rampant around the world is African swine fever. And it's a very devastating disease.
O'Hare's brigade has 10 beagles,
They're so
including
cute.
3-year-old Rocky.
You like that one? What you got, Rocky?
They are the first line of defense in stopping foreign pests from wreaking havoc on our agriculture.
Every day is a new adventure.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection currently has more than 115 agriculture canine teams across the nation that do this type of work. Reporting from O'Hare, Casey Cronin, Fox 32.
Thanks, Casey Cronin. I appreciate that.
I love when I see commercial or news clips like this from Chicago because that's from Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
It's funny to me. You always just like, oh yeah, that's right. I used to live there.
How long have you been away from Chicago?
We have lived full time in Florida now for almost 6.5 years.
Okay. So not that long. I've been here in Georgia since 2001. So I've actually lived longer in Georgia at this point than I did in Illinois.
We came down here in 2018 because we both wanted to move down here. Plus, our daughter graduated high school. This is a great success story and my biggest bragging point. She applied for one college, got the college. She's now graduating this May with her master's degree.
Amazing.
In criminology and forensics.
Amazing. That's awesome.
It's next month. We go to her hooding. That's some sort of service that they perform for the master's kids. What is the hooding, Lisa? What do they do there? Do you know? Yeah. Oh, you couldn't get a master's degree, huh? Mm-hmm. Apparently, she couldn't get a master's degree. Mm-hmm.
Me neither. I'm with you, Lisa.
Oh, I thought for sure I was going to hear something about that, but all right.
My niece is graduating next month from the University of Tennessee and going to get her doctorate, which I'm very proud of.
Awesome.
I know. I told her I'm not sure I'm going to be able to call you Doctor. Her name, but
the thing about my daughter, she's smart. She's absolutely smart, but she's a goofy kid. She's just a goof.
Yeah.
You look at her and you go, this kid, if it wasn't for Velcro, she wouldn't wear shoes. I mean, she looks like that, but the kid is freaking brilliant. And she's not my biological daughter, but I've raised her since she was about 6 years old, and she's 24.
Yeah.
So I'm dead. I don't give a F what anybody says.
Yeah. I agree.
But she is, like I said, You're like, come on, really? This kid has a master's degree? And it's funny because I find it amazing that, well, first off, my wife has a degree from Northwestern.
Mhm.
Okay. She went to school on a softball scholarship. She got a whole free ride for that, and it's benefited her. She's got a great degree in business management and accountant. Then I got my daughter. She comes up and she's getting a master's degree in criminology and forensics.
Mhm.
And I think about it, the things that my father used to say to me when I was growing up. My dad used to always tell me, never have any kids because you're going to F them up.
Thanks, Dad.
I come from a very splintered family. We don't get along with any of us. But it's just funny to me. And I think about it, hear me, the goofball that I have been my entire life, the irresponsible schlup that I've been for a good portion of my life. And I help raise up a child that's getting a master's degree.
Yeah. That's
You know?
amazing.
It is to me.
It should be amazing to everyone. That's definitely an accomplishment.
Well, I truly believe that a kid, when they're being raised up, first off, they need to have a strong father or father figure in the house.
Mhm.
Then they have to have a very strong mother. And you have to be able to go back at these kids when their logic and their head isn't matching yours, and you're right.
Yeah.
You just have to continue on. We never had to push her. Everything she's ever done, she's wanted to do it on her own. She is in the history books of Illinois, the Explorers program.
Mhm.
She is the second highest ranking female in the Explorers program.
Wow. That is an accomplishment.
And that was my idea, to put her in Explorers, because we lived right down the street from the Lake and the Hills Police Department.
Mhm.
And I had known about Explorers from my time hanging out with the Lake County Sheriff's Department.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I'm going to see if she's going to be interested in this, because she's that type of kid. She loves order. She loves discipline. She loves order. She loves things to be the same, every time.
Yeah.
And that's fine, because some people thrive in that type of environment. My wife, on the other hand, she can take 1,000 things coming at her and funnel them all down to one thing, and boop, there you go. I can't. I'm just a ball. Bleh, forget it. I'm done. That's why I drove a truck, because it was easy. I just could listen to the radio and turn that big round thing in front of me.
Yep. Point A to point B. That's all you had to worry about.
Yeah. Well, they would say, how fast can you get it there on the GPS? And it would say, like 2 hours. I'd say, well, that's your opinion. I'll get there before then. That was just an estimate. GPS is just an estimate. You always have to beat the record.
All right. Now we have K9 officer Athena makes a large drug bust.
Ooh,
So this is we saw the bite work dogs. We saw the produce tracking dogs, I guess. We saw the child tracking dogs, and now this dog's nose. This dog likes cocaine.
Record drug bust netted the West Tennessee Violent Crime and Drug Task Force 85 pounds of fentanyl with an estimated street value of some $10 million.
Yeah, the bust happened on I-40 in Haywood County, where they make a lot of good busts. Tonight, Action News 5's Stephanie Douglas joining us live in studio with a look at how the task force is fighting back against drug trafficking here in the Mid-South. Hi, Stephanie.
Yeah, Joyce, the recent record seizure of 85 pounds of fentanyl marks the agency's second major bust for the year. Special Agent Kobe Biermeister and his K9 Athena made the big bust, and
Biermeister's a fun name.
Man, they had that last name. It'd be even better if your first name was like Duke. Duke Biermeister.
Yes.
At your service.
It's all about being alert and safe.
Find it. 2-year-old narcotic detection K9 Athena is highly trained to sniff out the smallest drug odor when given reasonable suspicion during a traffic stop.
And you see the narcotics are right there.
Is how she discovered 85 pounds of fentanyl on this truck traveling on I-40 from North Carolina to Texas.
People don't realize how strong these K9s' noses really are.
Majority of the time, Athena and her handler, Special Agent Kobe Biermeister, patrol I-40, which has been a main corridor for drug traffickers for years. During a ride-along, Biermeister told Action News 5 the best way to catch these traffickers is by paying attention to small details.
You're talking to the person, but you also want to pay attention to what things that are in the vehicle. But local cases I made where dude just had one pill sticking out of his pocket, and I was able to identify that pill as a narcotic.
How do you have one pill sticking out of your pocket is what I want to know.
The thing I don't understand, if I'm a drug trafficker and that's my job,
Yeah.
I'm going to know that, like, say, for example, I-40 is a main corridor.
Mhm.
I'm staying off of I-40.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm taking back roads.
Yep.
I don't understand these guys. And again, it boils down to arrogance, and I am smarter than the cops.
Not to mention the fact a lot of the times they make these busts because the guy was speeding or had a tail light out or something dumb. Like if I have a truck full of opiates, I'm not going to be speeding. I'm going exactly, not even 1 mile over, like exactly the speed limit, hands at 10 and 2, which I drive that way anyway. But, you know,
When I lived in Tennessee, I had a friend of mine say to me one time, he goes, "Hey, you want to drive down to Georgia with me?" I was like, "Sure. What are we going there for?" "Oh, I'm just taking my buddy in my car and I'm picking up a car and coming back. It'll be a good trip." All right. We drive all the way down there. We drive all the way back. We get back. He drops me off. He goes, "Well, we was lucky." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Oh, there was a trunk full of marijuana in the car." I was like, "You didn't tell me that?" We drove, and then on top of that, the car has one taillight, and this guy's speeding.
Wow.
But he doesn't tell me there's, like 40 goddamn pounds of weed in the trunk. And this is back when it was illegal. Well, it would have been illegal back today because it was trafficking. But, you know, I'm like, these are things that you should tell people before they get into your vehicle.
Yeah. Give you the
You need a
option.
ride. There's 40 pounds of weed in the car. You still want to get in? No. It's just ridiculous.
And, made a drug bust off that.
Spread across 6 different jurisdictions, including Shelby County, the West Tennessee Violent Crime and Drug Task Force director says its 45 agents are trained to catch other criminal activity on the interstates.
We've seized illegal weapons. We've stopped murders for hire. We've stopped a gentleman from going somewhere and killing his wife. We've gotten pipe bombs. All different sorts of things.
Nevertheless, the Shelby County District Attorney, a representative of the agency's board, says this drug bust will be prosecuted seriously.
Given the fact that it's fentanyl, which is so dangerous, and that it's such a large amount, and it's, there's obvious connections to an organized activity like that, or cartel, we just need to be very vigorous about it and seek some serious sentences.
Now, the 2 suspects charged in the drug bust are both being held on a $5 million bond. Live in studio tonight.
That's a pretty big bond.
I'm Stephanie Douglas.
That is a pretty big bond.
I've never, ever been arrested where I've had a bond.
I've never, ever been arrested.
I was way different 40 years ago when I was in my 20s.
Yeah, I was too. I just never got caught. That's the only difference.
Well, my problem is I always got caught, but my father was heavily connected with all the police, so they would tell my dad before I could even tell him.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm so old that I can recall a time when McHenry, Illinois Police Department busted me for inciting a riot at the age of 17. Took me down to the police department, down where they had all their lockers. The chief of police at the time was a retired Marine. He was 70 years old, I think it was. And I was like 17 years old, and I was a punk.
Yeah.
And I was in there, and I said to him something stupid like, take these cuffs off and see how badass you are.
Mm-hmm.
And he stood me up, and he punched me so hard in my stomach that I thought I was going to shit my pants. And I looked around, and being the cocky little ass I was, I said, "I'm going to sue your ass." He turned around, he looked at all 5 of these cops in the room, and he said, "Did any of you see me hit this boy?" "No, sir. None of us."
Nope.
Like, okay, you want to play that game? You play that game. I went home. They told my dad. I got home. My dad kicked my ass when I got home. So
yeah,
it's not a good night for me.
I bet not. I can see just from the thumbnail of this video, this dog hanging out of the car. Let's see what happened here.
Video that has a lot of people talking is Sheriff's K9 taking down a suspect on the 15 near City Heights late Monday night.
Oh, he's trying to get away.
Authorities say the guy had just led them on a stolen chase in a vehicle that turned into a standoff on the freeway, and that's when Bo, the dog, went into action to make sure the man left in handcuffs. Well,
He was trying to hit that dog with an umbrella. That dog did not even feel that umbrella, not even a little bit.
I've watched people in videos hit dogs with 2x4s, and the dog's just like, you could do better.
Yeah.
States Kelly Hessedall met Bo and his handler today at the San Diego County Sheriff's K9 training facility. And tonight she introduces us to this four-legged hero.
Well, his name is Bo. He is a Belgian Malinois. He has a lot of energy. Monday, his training kicked in and he put his skills to work.
Suspect versus K9, a dramatic takedown that's been viewed thousands of times. Authorities say the man you see here had just led them on a wild crime spree and refused to surrender.
You know what I just noticed is his shoe fell off too, and this is all broken glass. I bet his foot is all cut up. Yeah.
K9 was sent in. Despite being hit repeatedly with an umbrella, he refused to let go.
He's not injured. I know it's not something that people like to see. He's very resilient. I couldn't be more proud of him.
San Diego County Sheriff's Deputy Ryan Padilla is Bo's handler.
We spend pretty much every waking hour together.
Deputy Padilla says our cameras don't bother Bo. He's so focused, but we make sure not to get too close.
He's 100 miles an hour from the get-go.
The 5-year-old specializes in narcotics, officer protection, and criminal apprehension.
When I saw that video, I was like, yes!
K9 trainer Corporal Plutarco Vale.
When I saw that tail
There's a
wagging,
name.
I knew the dog was having a good time. And doing what he needed to do.
This dog has the guy's hand in his mouth and his tail is just going.
This is fun. This is a game.
Yeah, exactly.
I love this stuff.
They go through years of training.
So as part of the training, someone, usually a rookie deputy, has to put on this suit.
Have you ever gotten bit through one of those sleeves?
Yes.
Have you ever? Yeah. You can feel it even with the, I've been bruised.
But I think the biggest concern is when you got your arm in that dog's hand, how powerful that dog is by whipping you around.
Yeah. Yeah,
you don't know
exactly.
how powerful a dog is until it has a hold of you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you got a 100-pound shepherd on you, man. That's a what, a 293 per square inch poundage bite?
Something like that. Something like that. But yeah, we've had the sleeve, and Dave was trying to get Fritz to do the bite work that he learned. He didn't like to do it, but he would, and I felt it through that sleeve. And he would hang on, and you could swing him around. He would just hold on to it.
Yep. Yeah.
Pounds, and they have to pretend to be the suspect.
We expose the dogs to as much as possible, kind of prepare them for the real world.
These dogs put their life on the line.
Come to think of it, I don't know why I volunteered for that job. I did, though. Sure, you can let Fritz bite me. Why did I think that was a good idea?
It's a bonding experience.
Every day.
So what reward did Bo get after such a big arrest?
I rewarded him with a couple extra chicken strips.
And even though he's powerful and clearly very driven, Deputy Padilla says Bo is also this.
Sometimes he'll want to be a lap dog, but he's way too big. When he doesn't fit on my lap, he doesn't really understand.
And Bo is one of 31 K9s with the San Diego County Sheriff's Department. He'll probably remain with the department for the next 5 years or so. After that, he'll retire at Deputy Padilla's home. Back to you.
Wow, what a remarkable creature.
Right?
Very remarkable. Mr. Zed's letting us know in the chat. Each dog has its own reward. Fritz's reward was a radiator hose. Yeah. He loved that. He would cut it. So it was about, this long, and Dave could hold either side of it, and Fritz would latch onto it, and he would swing him around. He was at least 100 pounds, probably more. So,
my dog, we have her favorite toy is a ball that's got multiple tabs on it.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll pick it up. She's on her third one now. She deflates it. Even with it deflated and not bouncing, you can still throw it, and she'll just treat it like it's a regular ball. She loves that damn thing.
Yeah, they each have their own thing that they,
Yep.
Here's the video I've been waiting for. This is my favorite K9 video of all time. This is Shep. This is the best canine out there. You were telling me that he's about to retire, Shep is, but he hasn't
he's
retired
about
yet.
time for him to retire. But Shep is well known in Pasco County. I've actually met
Well
Shep a
known
couple.
all over the country, not just Pasco County. He's famous. This is a famous dog we're about to watch.
Shep. Oh, this is the one where he runs off, and yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah. So basically, let me set this video up. This officer is by himself. Well, not by himself. He's got Shep. He's got his
This
partner,
is
Shep.
Michael.
Yes. Yeah, Carmack. Deputy Carmack.
Carmack. Yeah.
But one suspect runs and the other one doesn't. So instead of trying to split himself two ways, he lets his partner Shep just take one guy out all by himself, and it's amazing to watch.
But the real funny part is watch the guy who doesn't run.
Yeah.
Watch his facial expressions when Carmack does what he does to him and makes him do what he's going to do to him.
Yeah.
Bye.
Ooh, let me turn that down. Sorry about your guys' ears. That's just how this video is. I'm turning it way down.
It's very loud.
On your face right now! Get him, Shep! Get him, Shep! Get him! Get him, Shep! Hands behind you, bro, right now. Hands behind you right now, bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm not fucking with you.
Yes, sir. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, dude.
At first, I thought this guy was wearing a G-string.
Ow!
Pasco, I need a unit right now. I released my dog on the driver. I got the passenger trying to run. I got him detained. Get him, Shep!
I'm just trying to get out of the car. I feel like he's on fire.
I'm 10-4. I need somebody here now. I can't see my dog.
I was talking to Dave about this video earlier. When he says I can't see my dog, he was telling me like that's like the worst feeling for a canine handler. If you don't know where your dog is, like that's his partner. That's not even just his partner at work. That's his partner all day, every day, because the dogs go home with the officers at night. So this is.
I can imagine being a parent at the beach or at a shopping center, and all of a sudden you look around and you can't find your kid.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure that this dog has saved this officer's life before too, because that's just the nature of the relationship. Yeah.
Get up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Run. Let's go.
This fat pub has got to run. You don't need to run it.
K13, I need air. Where are they?
Those are the most exercise ever.
Shep, here! Shep!
You're right.
I have to say this guy did pretty good running, because if I was just in an accident that was that bad and then had to do cardio, I'm not sure I'd be able to do it. So,
well, like I said, this is the most exercise that redneck's had in a long time.
Yeah. Well, good thing he was on meth or something. He had cocaine. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Shep!
Like, I honestly think the second guy wasn't trying to run. I really think when he said I was just getting out of the car in case it caught fire or something, I really think that was the truth. So I give this guy who's running handcuffed a little props for not just like he could have just planted his feet and not run, but he goes with Officer Carmack to get his dog. So I give him a little credit. Well, he always has a choice. You could just, I learned this just in self-defense. If somebody's trying to take you to a second location, you pretend to pass out or you just lock up your legs and don't go. He could have done that. He really could.
I think he made the right choice, though.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because they could have charged him for interference.
Shep!
What the fuck was he running for?
Shep! Shep, here! Hey! Get up here. Guys, my dog's got a hold of me. He's running with my dog. Where is somebody? Get on the ground now! I'm not taking him! Get him, Shep! Get off my dog, bro! I'm up in the driveway. I'm chasing. I'm carrying one suspect. Let's go now on the fucking ground. On the ground now. I'll get him when you get on your face. I'm not fucking with you.
Just so you guys know, as far as I can tell, Shep has this guy by the wrist. He's not holding the dog. The dog has the guy. It's not the other way around.
You got him right by the hand.
Yeah.
And the guy's asking
on your face now.
Let the dog off of him. He's saying, "Let the dog go and I'll lay down." No, that don't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tase the shit out of you.
Fuck.
Shep, down. 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 Leave him down. Leave him down. Down. Stay. K13. I need. I'm up the driveway. On your face. On your face. Long driveway. I got the driveway just west of where the wreck is. It's a dirt driveway. It goes northbound. I'm up here. I got one on his face and I got one detained. Shep, here. No. Here. Shep, here. 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 On your knees. On your knees. On your knees.
I'm trying.
K13, I'm 10-4. It's a northbound driveway from Peace, just past the accident, just west of the accident.
Oh, we were right by Peace Road today. That's out in Spring Hill. That's a nasty area.
You guys copy that? I'm sorry. I think I was on dispatch 1. Stay. Hands out.
So the other officers end up coming to find Shep and him and take care of getting these guys into custody. And then,
the thing I don't understand about these guys, especially this guy on the ground, okay? The dog bit at you. We know the dog bit you.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he trying to get the cop to curtail everything and cater to him only? Oh, I'm bleeding really bad over here. I need help over here. No, you're a dirtbag.
Yeah.
You got what you got coming to you.
I believe they were in a stolen car was the story.
Yeah, they were in a car. They crashed it.
Mm-hmm.
Which down in Florida, it's easy to crash a car. If you run off the road a little bit, you're done. I mean, it's just the road's so bad down here.
Yeah.
I mean, I love these guys. They turn into such pussy crybabies.
They do.
Me, tender me, take care of me. Oh my God, I need this, I need that. And it's like the ones that they chase them forever. They get them in the car. And what's the first goddamn thing they say to them? I need some water. Get me some water.
Yeah.
That's not there's more things for you to worry about than being thirsty right now.
Absolutely.
Okay. The gene pool in your family is draining dry, and you need to worry about that.
Real quick, I have a couple more videos left, but before we do that, we're going to do this. It is ad time. And you know this show is brought to you by nobody but me, because nobody will sponsor this crummy show. So, you guys know if you donate, you get your name into the drawing. Also, anybody who's a guest on my show gets their name in the drawing, so you will have your name in the drawing as well. And what you win is something off of KTZ.com, right? So go to KTZ.com. We're doing a Crimeland episode right now. Look at all this great Crimeland merchandise. Look at this lovely T-shirt. Look at how good this T-shirt looks. You want one of those?
My daughter love one of them.
They're the super, super soft cotton T-shirts, by the way. They're very comfortable. I highly suggest it. And since this is our K9 episode, we're going to highlight the True Crime with Xena featuring KTZ, because we all know you're here to see Xena and not me. But this is the one that I'm wearing now in the corn silk color. Look at how good this shirt looks. And Xena doing her Xena thing, taking a nap as she is right now. This is True Crime with Xena. And don't forget, we still have the Christ is King merchandise on here, and 100% of the profits from this collection goes to onemorechild.org. And Stephen ignoramus, also known as Junior Normus. I guess we're changing her name, but Junior Normus, as well as, or sorry, Iggy Normus Jr. And Let's Be Frank. And I collaborated on this collection, and 100% of the profits go to onemorechild.org, and they go to help families and trafficked children, vulnerable children, anything from this collection. 100% of the profits go to that. So do that. If you donate in any way, Zena gets a treat right now as it in real time. And that's the ad. I should really just make notes or write this stuff down because
have it on a crawl underneath you.
What's that?
A crawl.
Oh yeah, I used to have that set up. Maybe I still do. I'm not good at clicking all of the buttons in the correct order, so.
Well, there's some guys who do lives out here, and it's like, Jesus Christ, all it is just a giant ad for you.
Yeah.
Here's my cash. Here's this. Here's that. Donate here. Donate there. No.
I like to do one in the beginning, just to let people know, hey, if you donate, Zena gets a treat. So one little one at the beginning, and then somewhere in the middle when people are actually here. So that's it. That's the end of the ad. We're going to get back to the show. I try to keep it under a couple of minutes, but we just had a super chat come in again. Thank you very much. Once again, Waffle Salter, don't enter. He said, don't enter him into the contest because he already won once. And the coffee mug that he got is awesome. I'm glad you like it. But from a couple of weeks ago, when you donated an insane amount of money, I put your name in there like 20 times. So you might win again. It's a very good possibility you win again, Waffle Salter, because I'm not going to give you free stuff. I mean, another $50 super chat. How could I not? You need another mug. Or a t-shirt or whatever you want at this point. I'll send you the whole catalog. Thank you very much. Let's get Zena another treat, and Ava. They're both very nappy right now. Very, very nappy. There they are. What good dogs. What good doggos. Hey, Zena, you want to wake up? Oh, yes, she does. She does want to wake up. There she is. Zena, you can tell she's part Staffordshire Terrier, American Staffordshire, because one of her ears is a Staffy ear. The other one, I'm not sure what kind of ear it is, but you can tell that one ear is definitely Staffordshire Terrier. That's from Waffle Salter. And there's Ava. Ava, give me a high five. Give me a shake. Something. High five. Shake. Ooh.
Oh, easy. Easy.
There they are. Those are the doggos. Yeah, Ava is part I guess pit bull, and then Zena's part Staffordshire Terrier, which until I had these dogs, I thought were the same thing. They're not the same thing.
Oh.
Not according to the DNA test we did for them anyway.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I really thought Staffordshire Terrier was just a fancy name for a pit bull, but they're two different breeds.
I had a DNA test done on me one time. It just came back 100% asshole. So
I thought maybe like partial pit bull for you too. I wasn't sure.
Oh, it's just 100% asshole. That's all. I mean, look at me. I'm the Harley riding scumbag. I'm just happy my wife loves me.
That's all you need.
Yeah. Well, I love my.
You got dogs and you have a wife. That's the same here. I got Mr. Zed and I have these two dogs. They love me. I mean, Zena loves me more than Ava does, but whatever.
That one right there, she's geared towards me.
Yeah.
Where'd the other one go? There she is. Her, she's still on the fence. We don't know about her yet, who she's going to go to. She's still kind of out there on a whim.
Zena is definitely my dog, and Ava is definitely Dave's dog. I just happened that way. I don't know. They pick. We didn't pick. They picked. You know.
She'll do this. She'll sit out in the backyard for hours. Just sit there. Do nothing. Just sit there.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is hang on a second. This is the ball I was telling you. Get out of there. This is the ball I was telling you about. This is her.
Yeah.
Okay. It's got the multiple tabs on there for throwing and whatnot.
And it doesn't look too torn up, so maybe I need to get one. I can't have toys for my dog because they both just tear him up immediately.
Come
Maybe
on,
I need
bring.
to get one.
Come here, bring the ball. Okay, the Roddy. Whenever the Roddy gets it, we have a problem. Now they're gonna fight over it. Get your ball. That's also the problem with a shepherd or a Malinois. They're like the most brilliant dogs.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
This dog will figure shit out while I'm talking to her. You know, I'll be going, talking to her, going, "Oh, go get that, bring it over. Go get that, bring it over," and look at it and look at it and look at it. We have a command. In German it's Geben. In English it when I'm out here in the backyard it's Geben for her ball, and but I've incorporated that in the house because I'm trying to make her where if I need something off the floor to pick it up and bring it to me. And I'm getting her to, like yesterday, one of the cats brought out an old toilet paper roll. And I just looked at her and I pointed and I said, Geben. It took her about 5 or 10 minutes, but you could see her thinking about it. It was like
the wheels are turning.
Yeah. I think she wants me to pick that up. I'm not sure, but let me listen to him a little bit longer, And then all of a sudden she just walked over, picked it up and handed it to me like, here you go. Well, didn't hand it to me, but where is it? Go get it. Look at this. Play this game. Oh, she got it. All right, good. Here comes the Rottweiler because she got the ball. Here, thanks for you. Hang it. But this is about, I think it was $16. No. See, watch this. Yep, come here. No, you're not. You're not in the camera, dumbass. Get the ball.
Nope, you're freezing up a little bit.
That's because I'm outside. Let me go back in here.
Mr. Zed, get on Amazon and get them one of those balls with the straps on it. See how long it will. We'll get one of those and I'll let you know how long it lasts in our house.
I'm surprised this one lasted that long.
We used to be able, like Fritz could have stuffies and everything, and he wouldn't. If he liked them, he wouldn't tear them up. He had his favorite stuffy that he would not tear up at all. And then we got Xena, and she tore up Fritz's favorite stuffy. So. Ever since we've had Xena, we can't have stuffies.
Well,
okay, so this next video I want to show you, this is a tornado, but I know you have hurricanes in Florida. So I want you to watch this and tell me if you would do this for your dogs. I know what my answer would be. But
yes.
Yeah.
Are
We've already
countless
been through
stories of survival. Tonight, we're hearing from a Deer Park police officer who put his life on the line by running into the tornado for his partner. Here's Marcelino Benito.
Ready to go work? This crime-fighting duo has been on the streets of Deer Park for nearly 6 years.
My best buddy. Yeah.
And boy, do they have stories to share.
He's put himself in harm's way for me before.
So 1 week ago, Officer Joel Nitchman got his chance to do the same for his narcotics canine, Roni.
I'll never forget the noise. That's when I knew this was a big tornado.
The pair had just got back to the police station from training. When the wind started picking up, Roni was in his kennel in the squad car.
The thought of debris or the car flipping over, I couldn't do that to him. Couldn't have him out there.
Park, Illinois?
Surveillance cameras capture
I'm not
Officer
sure.
Nitchman run outside, lightning flashing, barely able to see in front of him.
I knew it was something bad when there was things hitting my face. I don't know what. I knew it was debris of some kind.
It was about to get much worse.
Once I went around the car is when all heck broke loose.
The wind and rain so strong he couldn't get Roni out.
I could barely open his door. When I did, he's a smart dog. He saw what was going on outside and he's like, I'm not coming out.
Officer Nitchman knew he had seconds to get back indoors. At one point, visibility down to 0 around him.
And I'm like coaxing him like, come on, buddy, let's go.
Seconds later, the pair seen rushing back around the squad car towards the safety of the station. The front door nearly blocked by a fence that had been tossed around in the wind.
Never been through anything like that before.
1 week since that close call, that video has gone viral, and Officer Nitchman has been celebrated for choosing to put himself in harm's way to save his canine partner. But he says he did what anyone would have done, and he'd do it again in a heartbeat.
I love that dog. He's my hip attachment almost every day of the week. He's a part of our family. You can't leave a loved one like that. There was no way I was going to leave him like that. He's a good boy. He's a smart dog.
1 week later, The team back on the job after an experience
I'm grateful that he's okay.
that only brought them closer together. In Deer Park, Marcelino Benito, KHOU.
Now, I'll tell you, I would not do this for my dogs, and here's why. My dogs would not ever be left in the car. So I would not have to do this for my dogs. That's just me. I don't know why he left his dog in the car.
Well, when I was a truck driver, when I had my first Rottweiler, she came with me everywhere.
Yeah.
And before she was a year and a half old, I had her at one of my stops, which was an old folks' home. And she had gotten out of the truck. I didn't know she had gotten out of the truck. She ran into the old folks' home, into the main area. And I'm unloading my truck, and one of the orderlies comes up and he goes, "Hey, do you have a Rottweiler puppy?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" And he goes, "Well, she's in the main part of the house, the building."
Oh, no.
So I went running in there with her leash, and I'm hooking her up, and the nurses come out and go, "No, can you just leave her here for a little while? The residents are really reacting to her." I was like, "Oh." That turned into every time I came, I was asked, "Do you have your dog with you? Do you have your dog with you?" And then the coolest thing she did was she was and one of the nurses had her, and I was doing my thing, and she comes back with the dog, and she goes, "Your dog is really something." I said, "Why?" And she goes, "Well, she see that lady over there?" And yeah, she said, "That woman hasn't spoken a word to us in 2 years." She said, "Your dog was there 10 minutes, and she was talking to it."
Wow. That's amazing.
In 2 years. And she said the only thing she kept saying was pretty puppy, pretty puppy.
Oh.
So
Oh, that's going
every
to make
time
me
I showed
cry.
up, every time I get to that stop, I'd cut the dog loose and tell her, "Go find the people." And she'd be so proud with them. And they all loved her. She was a really good dog, too. Really good dog. Man.
Yeah, there's so many different kinds of work. We talked about a lot of different kinds of working dogs here today, but your wife, your previous wife being blind, your late wife, sorry. I stumbled over. I knew there was a word I was looking for. Yes, your late wife having
Yes.
a seeing eye dog.
Yes, she was never on time.
And we had different kinds of, the tracking dogs and the apprehension dogs and all different kinds of dogs. But the dogs that are, the dogs that are just go into hospitals and nursing homes and stuff like that are so important as well, because especially in children's hospitals and stuff like that, it's like a little taste of home for these kids or these elderly people who are, living in places where they don't have that comfort. It just helps so much to have a dog come in just for their spirit,
That's so true. It is amazing what a dog can do for people.
Yeah.
The energy that comes off of a dog is almost magical in a way.
It is.
And if you, as a human, take the time and learn how to communicate with that dog on its level, so you both can understand what's being done, the bond is incredible. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
All my Rotties, I have tried to bond with them. And a little trick that I used to do with my dogs, I still do with these. A dog's ability to identify a person is mainly smell. So you want your dog to remember your smell. So what I do is when I'm snuggling with my dog and I'm, getting her close, I will take the nose and I'll put it by my mouth and I'll blow in her nose.
Yeah.
So now she's like, "Oh, wait a minute. This is the way this dude smells." Okay. Now that's a little bit of a stronger bond between me and that dog. Now, for any reason, that dog has to find me. Not only does she know the outer smell, but now she kind of knows my inner smell. And that was taught to me by the guy who trained me. He said that was an old school trick that dog owner trainers used in the old days. And he still abides by it. So
yeah,
I think it works because all my Rotties have been loyal to me extremely.
Yeah.
They would die for me. That's how incredible they were.
Dogs are amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ron, for the super chat. I'm going to give the dogs a treat, and I have, I think, 2 more videos.
Well, I was going to ask you quickly. I haven't eaten dinner yet. Neither have my dogs.
Oh, okay.
I'm so hungry right now.
We can wrap it up. Let me give them these
I don't. You can keep going. I just want. I don't want to be rude. It was so nice of you to have me out here, but I just gotta eat. I'm so hungry.
Yeah, we'll have you back on again. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. I'll hold on for a couple of minutes and do my little closing. I might go through these last 2 videos with just
Yeah,
the chat.
that appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Erica, thanks. I know you'd be out here. I liked Erica. Erica's all right.
Yeah,
she's one of my
Erica's
favorites. Yeah. All right. Well, I
thanks
gotta
for
go.
coming.
Go eat. All right. Thank
All
you
right,
so much.
I'll see you in the chat Monday morning.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. All righty.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. All right, it's just us and Xena, guys. I'm gonna go look at Xena looking right at the camera. That's kind of creepy. Xena, what are you doing? Don't stare at the camera. Thank you very much, Jim, for coming on. Guys, say nice things about Jim in the chat. I'm sure he's eating his dinner and watching. I appreciate it. Let me go through these last 2 videos. And I think I've shown these on my channel before, but I love them, so we're going to watch them again.
Lunch break at work. It makes sense that you might get distracted, get called away, but then you come back and find that someone has stolen your meal.
Wouldn't be a good feeling. Reporter Faraz Javed tells us a little more about how one Michigan police officer's sandwich disappeared and who the culprit was.
Nearly 40 officers serve the Wyandotte Police Department, upholding the law to the T.
But now one of their very own is being accused of a deplorable act.
It's usually not something another officer would do.
Officer Kate Barwig has been on the force for 5 years. The 28-year-old tells me that the incident happened in this break room during lunchtime.
Get out my lunchbox, get my sandwich out. I take 1 or 2 bites of it.
Officer Barwig immediately gets called to assist with an unruly prisoner. Upon his return, Officer Barwig was shocked to see his salami Munster sandwich gone.
Then I realized Ice was up here, Officer Ice. I knew that was kind of his track record.
Officer Ice has been on the K9 unit for 11 years. The German Shepherd is a decorated cop who has assisted several federal agencies. Detective Sergeant Ken Grote says Ice also has hundreds of drug busts under his belt.
He found over 1 kilo of heroin.
I think he probably just had the munchies. He probably just got off of a marijuana bust and had the munchies, and somebody left a salami and Munster sandwich out on the counter, obviously for him, right?
All in a house in Detroit.
The Wyandotte Police Department posted the incident on social media, noting that Officer Ice has pleaded the Fifth and asked for public opinion. The post since has gone viral, with thousands of likes and over 8,000 shares. Lieutenant Neil Hunter tells me folks believe Officer Ice is being framed.
Everybody says the face says it all. He's innocent. He's got a handsome face, and he just couldn't do something this heinous.
Now, pretty much every day, Officer Ice receives treats and toys not only from Michigan, but from around the world. He also received his own sandwich.
Where are we now with this investigation?
The public spoke. His attorneys have spoken, several of them, more attorneys than I've ever seen a defendant have. And he's been cleared of all charges, and he's back to work.
However, for Officer Barwig, justice may never be served.
It's different being the victim and just knowing you might not ever get that piece of item back or even food back.
Will you ever get over this and forgive Ice?
Yeah, I forgive him. He's done a lot of good for the city, and maybe he deserved a sandwich. Maybe not my sandwich, but maybe a sandwich.
So I think Officer Ice is innocent, obviously. You can't just leave your sandwich out on the counter and expect it not to get eaten when there's German Shepherds around. Come on. This is my all-time favorite. I did say that the Shep video was my all-time favorite police dog video. I think this is my favorite all-time non-police dog video. I kind of wish Florida Jim was still around to see this one. I'm hoping he's watching while he's eating his dinner right now. Yeah, because this one I had queued up, and I'm very excited to show you guys this. This officer doesn't have a K9, but he wants to trick somebody into thinking he does.
The spike deployment was perfect and got all 4 tires flat. Unfortunately, the 4 juvenile suspects took off and we had to terminate our pursuit.
Ready?
Officers later found the vehicle unoccupied and still running at 7500 Bridgeport Way.
Unreadable again.
Clear.
Approach the car. Approaching the car. 838.
Other deputies surrounded the nearby area and started to check for the juveniles.
There's a hole in the fence line here on the property. He's probably heading north through the parking lots, I'm guessing. And there's one unit north of me. I don't know who that is. I think that's Chris, maybe. They're down here. They're down here. Yeah, there's 2 down in the ravine right now.
This deputy could see 2 of the suspects down in a creek bed. He chose a very interesting way to get them to comply.
This is awesome.
Don't make us release our K9! In the creek.
Yeah, they're working their way south in the creek. It's like one male, gray pants, black, hoodie jacket. Female, blonde hair, red pants, black hoodie.
This officer does such a convincing canine bark. It's so convincing. He's practiced that. I believe that this man has practiced that.
Black and orange backpack.
Better stop! Over here. Hands behind your back. You're under arrest. There's 2 more coming.
That's the best stick deployment.
You see me? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pull him. He was figuring out what to do.
They got him. They got him, boys. They tricked these teenagers into thinking that there was a canine about to attack them, which is pretty smart police work, if you ask me. So how's everybody doing in the chat? I don't think I said hi to you guys earlier because I had a guest, and I usually just ignore you people when I have a guest on. My apologies. But we need peace. Good to see you, Erica. I'm so glad you were able to come. And thank you so much for the gifted memberships and the super chat and all that. Ron is here. Thanks for the super chat, Ron. Number 2, as always, thanks for holding down the fort, making sure everybody kept in line. Major Victory, making jokes. I saw you over there. I saw you. Yo mama, which is my mama. So thank you all for behaving. Appreciate that. Mr. Zed, my biggest supporter. Thanks for being here. Christo, if you're still here, thanks for coming. I'm sure there was more people. I can't go all the way back. Oh, Waffle Salter. Waffle Salter, thank you so much for the super chats. You're awesome. I love it. So coming up next week, we're going to do a regular Crimeland episode, just the regular Crimeland stuff, because I'm researching 2 cases coming up in May. So May 5th, we're going to talk about Chase Allen. And I'm going to have a guest on for that one. You may know him. His name is Kafar. He's coming on the 5th of May to cover Chase Allen. The 10th, we're doing Friday Night Crime with number 2. Everybody say hi to number 2 in the chat. She's awesome. I believe I'm going to try to squeeze another game night in, but I have a game night scheduled for the 11th. But I have to squeeze one in for this month because, as you all remember, last week I had no voice. And last week was the scheduled game night. So I'll schedule one in. It might be like on a Friday, or it might not be on a Saturday. Let's just put it that way. My Saturdays are pretty booked up for the next few weeks. So it might be like on a Tuesday night or something. But I'll keep you all apprised of the situation for game night for this month. I guess I got to do that in the next week. I'll let you guys know. North Georgia Audit's coming back on, but because He's a true crime fan. Did you guys know that? I didn't know, but he and I have been talking ever since that thing happened with him that we talked about a couple weeks ago. We've been talking back and forth, and he is he actually likes true crime. So he's going to come on and talk about a serial killer that it's a lesser known serial killer. His name's Samuel Little. Hopefully you guys can make it to all of those shows. I should just schedule a game night right now, shouldn't I? Let me look at my calendar. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna pick a date and I'm gonna say it, and I'm just gonna hold myself accountable. Why is my calendar on June? I must have been scheduling something for June. It is March right now. It is April right now. I have no concept of timers. Please. Do you want to do it Friday night? I know there's a lot of you who are here right now who are usually here for game night. Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it on the 26th? Are you guys available on the 26th at I don't know, after work, 7:30, 8 o'clock, something like that on Friday night? Let me know if that works for you guys. I'll put it on my calendar right now if it works for you guys, since I wasn't able to do it last weekend. It is April. That is correct. I thought I had more K9 videos, but I guess I don't. I'm looking forward to cleaning out a bunch of my tabs on Crimeland next week. I have 100 different tabs that you guys have sent me. So thank you very much. All right, we're gonna schedule it. Erica might be a little late, but we're gonna schedule it for the 26th at 8 o'clock. I'm putting it on my phone, right? I mean, I'm putting it in my calendar right now. We're doing game night at 8. Erica's gonna be a little late, but that's when we're doing it. So that'll be this month's game night. And in case you're new, what game night is we play either the Stupid Deaths game or Dumb Criminals game. I think we're doing Stupid Deaths this time, right? And if you're a member, anybody who's a member I'll send you a link and you come up and you play if you want to. You don't have to. You don't have to have your camera on if you don't want. You just have to have your voice. And then if you're not a member, you still play along in the chat, because a lot of times we don't know the answers. So we have to ask the chat. We let you, it's kind of like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We poll the audience. So that's what you guys who are not members do. So we're going to do that Friday night at 8 o'clock. So that's the next time you'll see me. It's Friday night at 8 o'clock. And then the 28th for Crimeland. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Oh, we just got 5 more memberships. Oh, I almost ended the stream, Erica. You got here just in time. Thank you so much for 5 more gifted memberships, Erica. They went to Sarah, Paracord Princess, Methodist Dave, Simon Nichols, and Digital Dreamer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it so much. And a couple of those names I don't recognize, so maybe they're viewers of my shorts and they'll get that membership and they'll come over and watch the show. That'd be amazing. I love it. Oh, doggos, I have something for you. Do a high five. High five. Hey, Zena, wake up. Do a shake. Do a shake. Thank you. She's staring you guys down again. Look at the camera. Look at it. She wants to know if you want extended warranty on your car. Would you guys like to have an extended warranty on your car? Anyway, guys, thanks for coming. I know you're just here to see Xena. I understand. She's here. But I do appreciate you guys. absolutely for being here. Thanks again to Jim, Florida Jim. Thank you so much. You are a plethora of knowledge about dogs. I love it. Not just canines, all sorts of dog knowledge. I love dogs more than I love people. It's no secret. Dogs are better than people. I appreciate you for being here. We'll see you guys on Friday at 8 o'clock for game night. Bye, guys.
First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man, Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Won't you so loco? Show off your photos, throw out your Twinkies, throw up your ho-hos, tuck in them pinkies. Them shits a no-no. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Brought to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8th subscriber, I'm a bagoso. Jump in them sinkies and dump them mimosos. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Looking for new drills, needed a new track of land. I used to dig the Simpsons, man. Bumping Biggie, Pop, Smash Mouth, and Simple Plan. No scrubs for the crease in my pimples, damn. From the south streets of southeast Michigan, hitting shuffle till I settled on a different jam. And when a dime won't do, a better nickel can. And let me tell you, when I used to dig them Simpsons, man. A funny thing about time, you can't get it back. A tight grip, but it rips the jacket. Slight lisp with a mix of traffic. You see about me, like Mr. Glass. Always wished I was a whiz at graphics. Take me back to the past where the hits were massive. You could hear Gladys Knight and the Pips on plastic. Misfit molasses. Delete my contacts just so I can stick to glasses. Feel that skipped out, so I miss the classics. Aristotle of the bottle, Seneca of the sinful action, senator of the simple maxim. I swear for a skillful Saxon, I'm still relaxing. Who wanna take a dip in the mind sauce, making up for the time lost, forgetting all my past was when I sign off. Prime bribe, prime rib, Agent Smith, crime boss, popping red pills till my mind's off, mind's off. First Florida man, Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Won't you so loco? Show off your photos, throw out your Twinkies, throw up your ho-hos, tuck in them pinkies. Them shits a no-no. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Brought to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8th subscriber, I'm a bagoso. Jump in them sinkies and dump them mimosos. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Threw up that blue pill, moved to a new track. I slew the foothills of that voodoo sap. Microfiche tape decks, I'll sift through that, cause I'll do anything to get the old Simpsons back. Give me the news that make my mood react. I'll swim through the sewer just to make it to the truth intact. And you can shine up that voodoo with new shellac. I'll still do anything to get the old Simpsons back. Imagine thinking Karl Marx is new school Klingon like Huzu. They welcome the ways they can bring on the boots, dude. Declare a major, they get paid to pollute you. Self-ashamed neighbors never gaze when they scoop you. I wonder how we fight it. The 6th step is never enter in my tent uninvited. The 5th step is produce, no skills is no use. 4th step community preference is unity. 3rd step is nation, it's somewhat location, mostly relations, that's the situation. Next step family, patriarchal sanity. Safe under the canopy, ain't a place for anarchy. First step, I just got to say it, no showboat. Step back and soak up the logos. First Florida man, Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Won't you so loco? Show off your photos, throw out them Twinkies, throw up your ho-hos, tuck in them pinkies. Them shits a no-no. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. By the man with the mojo. My 8th subscriber, I'm a bagoso. Jump in them sinkies and dump them mimosos. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Hernando de Soto. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Brought to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8th subscriber, I'm a bagoso. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First